Hey, YouTube family. How you doing? This is Rhonda with Rhonda Loves Life. Thanks for joining me. Happy Monday. How are you guys? We're doing well here on this end. Mother's Day was wonderful. And I just dropped my daughter off. She's gone to school. This is her last week. She's got finals and then she graduates. And then my son is upstairs. He is home for good. I am so excited. We've got quite a bit to cover tonight. I am really thirsty. I was kind of bad today, guys. I have type 2 diabetes. I'm trying to drop this weight. First part, it was easy to do. Now it's like I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. But what did I eat today? Oh, I had I got a Cajun chicken kebab, and it had the jambalaya rice. And then the pita bread, and I think I had too much of the rice and pita bread. I didn't eat all of it, but with my being type 2 diabetes, it's still not good. So I'm like really thirsty, or maybe it's because I talk a lot throughout the day. So how are you guys? It's going pretty bit. It's busy. But I wanted to take a break, speak with you guys a little bit. We could chat a while. I picked up some coffee because I just needed a break from coffee, the coffee I have in the house. I like that Starbucks Pike. So I have that pour over, and then I do instant, and then I've got the espresso. And then I'm like, I need something and I like McDonald's coffee actually. And by the way, I'm not selling anything. So it's just some of my favorite things. So I get this because when we're done chatting, I've got about 2 hours of work, 2 to 3 hours of work to do, and I'm all good. So this caffeine will get me up and running again. Now, you know what? I don't have the lights, the selfie lights on tonight, and I like the way this is. This is just the normal room light with the light up there, so not bad, I don't think. So, all right, on topic tonight, guys, we've got to get into it. Puff Daddy Trial Day 1 is shocking as shit. I'm sorry, it is. Remember these Hollywood people and those that are in their orbit. I don't understand. It is just so nasty, guys. We got to get into it. It is really, really crazy. I don't know if he's going to get out of this one, Puff. I'm sorry. How his lawyers are trying to spin it as if this was a consensual relationship and they just have a little kink in it, I guess. But we shall see. So we're going to go over day 1 of the trial, P-Diddy trial. Bill Belichick, the 74-year-old coach. Well, his 24-year-old girlfriend lost her little beauty pageant she was in Maine, and they both sourpuss stormed out of the place. And then I'm reading also that she's been locked out of going to the North Carolina stadium or something, because she's wild as hell. She don't know how to act. But he did gift her with an $8 million apartment complex. So to me, as far as I'm concerned, why don't you just go mute? And you already got an $8 million building. It's a building complex that's yours. So why are you talking? Why are you causing so much corruption? Can we say immaturity? 24, but no, there's a lot of smart 304s out there who knows how to stay mute. It's just Bill Belichick, trying to harvest that girl's energy and her youth, and she's harvesting your cash. And then we're going to get into Harry and Meghan. It looks like Saturday Night Live is mocking these two again. Yes, they are laughing at them. We're going to watch that. And then you guys, I mentioned it yesterday. Did you notice that Meghan Markle did not wish her own mother a happy Mother's Day? Isn't that weird? That's very weird, right? So we're going to talk about that. And also Jay-Z was denied a $115 million loan. He's claiming it's because of these frivolous lawsuits that they have, I guess. But I don't know. I'm wondering if that the reason why Beyonce is back, wasn't she touring less than 2 years ago and now she's back at it? I'm hearing they don't have as much money as they claim to have. That's what I'm hearing. So we're going to get into that. Okay. So let's get to it. Oh, this cold water. Cold water is so good when you're really thirsty, isn't it? Cold water is so good when you're thirsty. Let me tell you. All right, Roxanne, how are you? Thanks for joining us tonight. Hello, hello, Brooklyn Love. Hi, great to see you guys. You had a busy day, Roxanne. It was Mother's Day. So I totally get it. I mean, I spent the day with my kids, and it was just a slice of heaven. I'm telling you, guys know when you're hanging out with your kids, Mother's Day, you get to be spoiled. So I like it. So we got a couple of things to cover tonight, and this is going to be a fun night. I've got I'm almost out of this one, but I do have the ice water too. So because I am really thirsty, and I bet you it's probably my diabetes. I hate that. And I got some coffee to try to get, I've got about 2 hours of work to do after our video. So I am ready to rock and roll. So why don't we jump into that funny Saturday Night Live video? You guys want to see that? Oh, Roxana said Beyonce is now the breadwinner, huh? Yes, yes. You know what? Let's get into that. Since you guys are talking about, Brooklyn Love says these celebrities are broke. Yes, that's what I hear. I hear they don't be having it like that, y'all. And I told you it's all smoke and mirrors. Haven't we learned, thanks to Meghan Markle and Harry, how this media machine is all smoke and mirrors? It is not real. Because I wonder, to me, I'm thinking Beyonce, she's already on top. I wish she would just retire on top. Stop touring and just love on your kids, girl. Just love on them and be with them. Enjoy, because Beyonce's what, 42, 43? Or maybe a little older. I don't know. No, I think I don't know. Because some say she's older than she's claiming. But why not she's already rich. She's at her peak. Just say, bow out at this. Why are you at the peak? And then just spend time loving on your children, loving on your mother, and spend time with Solange and your nephew. Start picking up other types of crafts or talents that you might have hidden. Spend time with your husband. I don't know, but this constant touring, that's not healthy. But I'm hearing that they just don't have it like that. I am literally hearing that. And that's scary. Because that's serious money. Because don't they live in $100 million house? $100 million house? Oh, she got a tour every 6 months, y'all. Roxanne says Beyonce is now the breadwinner. Oh my God, let's get into that right quick, okay? Because as you know, Harry and Meghan, by the way, they were at Beyonce's concert, and Meeghan said, "Oh, thank you, Beyonce and team." And it's like, girl. Let me tell you what I found out on that one. Hold on. Oh, that was good. Oh, hold on, guys. Let me grab another one. I want to get another one because this one is all ice, and it's going to piss me off if I can't get much water. Give me 1 second. Hold on. And yep, you guys, the sofa, as you can see, that's my new backdrop. Okay, remember when Meghan Markle, maybe we should put it up. Remember on her Instagram, she put at Beyonce and team, thank you for a fun night, blah, 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 right? Now, if she was so cool with Beyonce and Beyonce's team, wouldn't she have, if they were taking pictures together, wouldn't Beyonce just be in the picture somewhere, right? That's what I'm thinking. So let's put that up. Then we're going to segue into Beyonce and Jay-Z's money situation, because we definitely got to get into that one, because I am curious now. I found it odd anyways that Beyonce was touring yet again, and they said she was trying to promote this Cowboy Carter. And it's like, I prefer Beyonce's old stuff personally, to be honest with you. All this cowboy stuff, not so much. All right, so let me put this on the screen. So you guys see this, Meghan Markle, where she says, thank you at Beyonce and team for an amazing concert and a very fun date night. All love. Really, 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 really. But I hear now, if she was so close to Beyonce, how come she's not? Why didn't she go to the concert opening night 2 nights before? Why didn't she do that? Right? Just curious. Why didn't she show up there when Oprah was there? And let me pull up Oprah and their let's pull this up. Oprah and her wife Gail and Tyler and Lil Bit's Godfather Tyler Perry at Beyonce 25 concert. And let's pull up their image. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, we got to. Oh, here we go. Look at this. What? How come yes, Lordy. Okay, let's share this one. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, so where was Oprah getting her life? Listen to this, okay? They trying to promote with Beyonce. I get it. But there's a picture with all 3 of them together. It's Oprah. Oh, here it is. Here it is, right here. Oh, yes. This is what I want to see. How come Meghan Markle wasn't here with all of these beautiful there go Lil Bit's Godfather right there. Y'all see that? Y'all see Lil Bit's Godfather with? Look at Oprah and wait. Let's do this. Cheers to Where's Megan? Where are you? That was opening. That was at her opening. First night. Okay, enough of you guys. All right, enough of them. So where was Megan? Harry and Meghan, where are you? This was opening night. And look at, they got a setup in there. Did I see food there on the left, there on the side, some kind of table? That did not look like the same spot that Harry and Meghan were in. This looked like a whole room, like a box seat. This is rich. Harry and Meghan just purchased some tickets and got a seat. Look at that. That's food over there. That's a table. Where's Harry and Meghan? Hey, Tyler Perry. Did you get anything for Lil Bit? Why don't you bring Lil Bit's mom and daddy with you, Tyler Perry? I thought you loved Megan. I told Megan ain't no friends in this game, Megan. You ain't got no friends in this game, girl. You ain't got no friends. So that cracked me up when and I thought about that. I'm like, wait a minute, how come they're not at the opening? But, you know, and then, okay, this one. But let's look at that. Wait, let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back to her partying because I want you guys to see this. So, okay. Oh, look. Now, look at those seats. Look at them. Look up where they're at. Where's Oprah? Now, that doesn't look like a box booth seat. Like Oprah and them had a whole area where they had food service and everything. Look at Harry and Meghan. But you know, Meghan put here, remember, smokes and mirrors, guys. Smoke and mirrors. None of it's real. She says here about last night, thank you at Beyonce and team for an amazing concert and a very fun date night. All love. Really? So where's Beyonce at? Well, you could have very at least gone with Tyler Perry and Oprah and her wife, right, Meeghan? They could have invited you. And you know Megan would have killed to have been in that booth with Tyler Perry and them. You know that. She's not part of the inner circle. Now look at this. We're gonna get into this right there. Now look at her face. I want to talk about this too. You see how she pulls away from him? Hold on, let's put this on. Look at that. Look how she is. Now, if that's your husband, how come they not locking lips? How come they are not locking lips, y'all? How come these two are not locking lips? Because she can't stand them. That's why. It's all smoke and mirrors. All smoke and mirrors. Now, I want to showcase the difference between Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, their seats, and what Oprah, Lil Big's godfather, Tyler Perry, and Oprah's wife, Gayle, what they're working with. So let's look at that again, because we got to compare, because Meeghan will make you believe that look at her. Thank you, at Beyonce and team. Girl, Beyonce ain't even thinking about you. Beyonce got hundreds of $millions of money to make because she's a sole breadwinner now. That's another swinging couple, by the way. Yes. So let's look at Megan's seat. Hold on. Let's go back and look at her seat first. I'm going to show it. Hold on one second. Yes. Hold on one second. We're going to showcase this. Now, I'm going to make myself small for a second. Look at that. She way in those nosebleeds. I know, Sue. We're going to check. I got that one too. Look at the seats they in. Nosebleed seats. Now check out Lil Bit's godfather, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry. Check out their seats. Hold on. Check out what they're looking. Look at what they're working with. Look at this. This is a whole area. They got food in there. This is a box seat. Champagne glasses. Look at them. You see that table on the left, all of that food and stuff? They got whole box seats, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Where's Harry and Meghan? Where's the Duke and Duchess of Sussex? Where are they? So let's move on into Saturday Night Live skit right quick. Okay, let's go ahead and do that because we can segue. We can go back to Beyonce and their money problems in a minute. But I want to play the Saturday Night Live skit. That's what I want to play right now. Let me refresh my screen here. Let's open this up. Oh, they're going to make me download it. Okay, that's no problem. Let's see.
President Trump also announced a new trade deal with the UK.
Okay, hold
President
on.
Trump also announced.
Okay, we're going to pause it there. Okay, it's paused. All right, guys, y'all ready to see something funny? Okay. I mean, these two are just a joke. They are a whole joke, y'all. They are a whole joke on everybody. Hold on one second. Let's pull this up.
Trump also announced a new.
Uh-oh. I took it down. Okay, hold on.
The UK that will reopen British market.
Now let's rewind it. You guys ready? This is funny.
President Trump also announced a new trade deal with the UK that will reopen British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two.
That was good.
President Trump also announced a new trade deal with the UK that will reopen British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two.
No, we don't want them. We don't want them. Do we want them, y'all? No, we don't want them. No, we don't want them. Why don't they just go ahead and move? Where were they planning on moving to Portugal or something? Go by. Go away as quickly as you can. But this chick and that smoke and mirrors, and then she can't even put her lips on to Harry. That is sad. I told you guys, Harry makes her sick. Harry disgusts her because Harry I told you he a titty baby. He's got a mentality of a 15-year-old boy. She's got too much maintenance on him. He can't spoil her because he's crying every night about William and King Charles, and he's online too. And did you guys see him roaming? Did you hear that he was roaming around London, some neighborhood, randomly roaming, looking for his friend's address? And then they were speculating that and he told his guards to go away. So they were speculating, from what I hear, is that when when a celebrity or someone, when their security is told to just go away, he's going to knock on the door for something else. I don't know if that's true or not, but to me, why would you get rid of your security? So he got caught on a ring bell or a ring camera. He got caught on that. And then, of course, she calls damage control. So she goes and then she posts those phony ass pictures and smoke and mirrors again. Smoke and mirrors. And I told you, these celebrities, they're not fooling anybody. We can look and we can see and we do our own homework. We can put shit together real quickly, y'all. It's really hard because guess what? It's common sense. If Beyonce is truly your friend, you know, like Oprah and Tyler Perry, when Oprah have a birthday party, people of substance are going to come and she's going to show pictures of it. Oprah and her wife Gail and Tyler Perry are, you know, they're close. They're part of the LGBTQ community. They are very close with each other. So when they go together, they go as a team. But for some reason, I thought Tyler Perry is Meeghan. I thought and Tyler Perry was singing your praise until you get toxic. And I told you, there are no friends in this game. And they know you being played. That's why Oprah is keeping her distance from you. Because Oprah do not want you crying and bugging the shit out of her with your titty baby husband. Bugging the shit out of her because you screwed up again. Oprah wants to create some distance. Oprah wants to stand outside, as my brother says, stand outside the blast zone. But it's too late, Oprah. It's too late. Because what you could do to make up for it is have an interview with King Charles but they're not gonna come near you, Oprah. You can forget it. But you did not allow those people to have their chance. They could not speak their side. You just took Meeghan and Harry's side, and now it's blowing up in your face. Now you're trying to keep distance, and Tyler Perry will follow. Meghan Markle, I thought you gave that man the honor of being little bitch godfather, and he can't even be seen with you. Where they do that at? Because ain't no friends in the game, and they know you being exploited, so they don't want to be. When it starts to explode, they don't want to be nowhere around. Let's get in the comments. Let's get into the comments. Brooklyn said these celebrities are broke. Yes, Brooklyn. It seemed like, I probably, with my little money, I probably got more money than they got in real cash. Because they I think they're living off loans. I really do. I think they're living off of loans. I think they leverage everything. I think they just, like, Jay-Z wanted $100 million loan for what? And Beyonce goes back on tour. So no, they don't have any money. They got money. These are rich people, but to keep up that lifestyle, like I see Beyonce got to keep touring because she got to make that money. Roxanne, Beyonce is now the breadwinner. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I would not. They claim that Jay-Z is worth more than Beyonce. So that's what I'm hearing. So I don't know. But why are you borrowing $117 million? Why are you getting denied for $117 million loan? We're going to get into that. SNL is very funny. It's like, I love it. They are too funny. That and that had to hurt. And every time Meeghan thinks she's getting ahead, every time she go up a cut slot, because remember, this is the top. This is like what Oprah, Bezos and that money, and this is Oprah and Tyler Perry and all them, Steven Spielberg. Then you got Gwyneth Paltrow. Then you got Harry and Meghan way down here, right down here right at the base, baby. And then Meghan thinks she do the interview with Jamie Lynn, that weird ass interview. She thinks she got her ass ever scam. She got that with her jelly spread, and then her shop, whatever that shop affiliate shit she got going on. And then she go to Beyonce concert. She thinks she's up like this. Then Harry goes and do an explosive an interview with BBC. Now she's back here scratching the bottom again. And it's like, girl, it's going to go like that for a long time, forever. That's why you have to go away and recalibrate and let things restart. However, you keep showing your face your husband keeps attacking his family, and you are supporting that. And both of you are anti-monarchists, and you honestly believe that there will not be blowback from that. You think people are going to just sit back and just let you two just tear down the monarchy? And what, there should be the one, there's the ones that should go mute, huh? While you two go recklessly going around on every person that will put a camera in front of you and that'll interview you. It is despicable. And there is always, I always say it, you got to pay for every decision you make. And these are consequences, and they're experiencing it. So it is what it is. But I'm enjoying it. Meeghan at Beyonce concert with Harry was cringe. Girl, yeah, it was. Of course it was. And her grinning. And it's like, what are you doing? I mean, and you know what? It's like, stop it. You guys noticed too, she did not wish her mom a happy Mother's Day. Did you notice that? Mother's Day should be about children celebrating their mothers, not mothers celebrating their children. Where did they do that? She got it all wrong. She couldn't even wish her own mother a happy Mother's Day, y'all. Smoke and mirrors, but she gonna put them two kids because those are money bags. She, because she thinks they are. So she put one on each hip and then cover their faces so there could be freaks and be teased when they get in grade school and middle school and high school. But she don't give a shit about that because she's trying to monetize them. We will see their face eventually. We will, because she's going to have to show their faces because she will be left with no choice because she's a grifter. She's a hustler, a 304, like them streetwalkers, they pick up whatever they can get. And that's kind of what she does. I mean, she's scraping the bottom of the barrel. So now she's going to have to show their faces. We're going to see it. And then we're going to say, oh, they're adorable. But it's not going to move the needle. It's not going to encourage us to then say, okay, no, this is not a creature that we're looking at, a despicable creature, her and Harry. It's not going to change anything. But she's going to keep working for it. She's going to keep stalking Catherine. God forbid Princess Catherine come out and William and their kids. And she puts, she is really on it. That's a full-time job plus overtime. She got 2 full-time jobs because she's watching I bet you everything the palace comes out with, she's watching it, monitoring it. Everything Kate comes out with, she's monitoring it. She's looking at them dismal numbers from her sales for as ever. Because I'm like, you a millionaire, put millions of dollars in the inventory, buy all of it. They say some people are still waiting weeks to get their product. So it was only a marketing hustle for her. Another PR circus for her. It was just another way to market herself. Just like those 2 kids are nothing more than a tool to market her. And Harry was nothing but a tool to market her. She don't want to touch Harry now. And she don't want to wipe his ragged ass tears. She don't want none of that. And she hates him every time he go crying, titty baby, crying about his family. She don't like it. That's why she couldn't even put her lips to his lips. And he going in too. And you would think his breath was stinking or something. I'm like, girl, that's your husband. Okay, maybe he have a bad day, but you put them lips on him because he brought you wealth. If anything, you need to be tongue kissing him down because he's the one that he brought you wealth and status because nobody knew who you were. But now we see you. And we're not buying into it at all. Forget about it. Rock Brooklyn says it's definitely smoke and mirrors. There was a rapper who did a video with a lot of jewelry and cars, and he didn't own none of it. Yes. Oh, God, they never have money in rappers. It's all smoke and mirrors, and we see it. I think the thing that shocks me the most, what shocks me the most? Is realizing that a lot of these celebrities be broke. Like I told you guys, credit card debt. Over the years, over my adult years, 2 times I had to dig myself out of credit card debt. Now I hate it. Imagine if I had access to, say on our level, to hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit. I think I'd be in a lot of trouble if I was young with that kind of debt. So you got these celebrities, they are And Jay-Z, 118 million. And we're going to get into that. Let me get a few more comments. He got turned down. And I'm like, I thought you were worth close to $1 billion, Jay-Z. Why would any bank turn you down if your net worth is close to $1 billion? That doesn't add up to me. So when you know how the PR machine works, you can't trust always what the news is trying to tell. The local news, not the local news, but those are our legacy channels like ABC, NBC, CBS. So you got the Today Show, you got Good Morning America, you've got the View, you got CBS Morning News. I like 60 Minutes. I love 60 Minutes. That's the only one I trust. But Gail and all the rest of them, no, not so much. No, the Today Show, all of them. Then you go to CNN, and then you got Fox News, who supports the conservative bent. You got MSNBC, who supports the Democrat party bent. CNN is kind of in the middle, but they're the ones that came out first, talking about the near catastrophic car chase with Harry and Meghan. They just went with it because the PR people will put it in. The PR people, Ari and their people say, it's a catastrophic. Get on the cover of all the papers. So release to the news, and the news just go ahead and publish it. Whatever it is, they ask no questions. But they did the same, I think, with Beyonce. When they talk about celebrities' net worth, I think those are that's PR spin too. It's smoke and mirrors. It's not real. Obviously not. Because why would they? To me, it was not about him being sued, because they don't give a damn about you being sued. Why would they not? And when you that's why you got to kind of go like this, squint your ass and pull back that lid. Take your claws and pull back that lid so you can see what's underneath there. And it's like, to me, you are worth what, 800 million or something, and they wouldn't give you 100 million. You couldn't use one of your that $100 million mansion you got as collateral, but you like that $100 million mansion. How much equity do they really have in that mansion? And do they have properties? I'm sure they got properties across the globe. Now they want to go move to Cotswold, England, which is beautiful, by the way. I've never been there, but I see pictures, so it's definitely on my to-do list. London is on my bucket list too, but Cotswold is beautiful. But you would think that they own property or have some kind of investment. So wouldn't you use that as collateral? I don't understand. So why is it they did not give him that $118 million? They didn't give it to him because he don't have it like that. His credit worthiness and probably the income and the money, the lever, he doesn't have it. Sorry, guys. Oh, I was thirsty. Hey, Deluxe Life, how you doing? Sue Clark said SNL did a skit on them. I'll have to check that out. Yes, Sue, it is funny. It is like, it's short. It's really short, but sweet. Because they're like, well, take Britain, that whole tariff thing between British and the U.S., and then they come to agreement as long as United States keep Harry and Meghan. We don't want them. We are so sick and tired of them. Can you imagine what Oprah and Tyler must be saying behind these two backs? Because they say that these two go and they hitch rides with wealthy people on their planes and stuff. So they go around grifting even with the millionaire friends. So the head of Paramount and his wife, they on that plane because they working. They are working, Harry and Meghan. Harry working too. And then Nacho and his wife, I don't think they got money like that. I'm not sure. Maybe they come from money. I don't know. But I hear that Harry and Meghan, they probably be begging everybody. They probably beg Tyler Perry, can we use your private plane to go here and there? They've begged Gwyneth Paltrow, probably the Netflix CEO. Now, the Netflix, Ted Sarandos and his wife, I would keep Harry and Meghan close because that's a wealth of content. That's content gold right there. And they can build a treasure chest full of content for these two that can make them lots of money. because imagine there are a lot more people that can't stand these two than what these the machine is trying to present. They don't have a big following. Like they don't have a lot of people following them. They just, Meeghan has just, she's exposed the machine for what it is. And thank God for social media too, because we would not know. Now we see how that works. And then People magazine was like, Meghan Markle posted, or was it People, was it In Style? Meghan Markle posted a beautiful picture of her kids on Mother's Day. And it's like, okay. And it was like a hidden message. It was a whole story. And I said, remember I told you guys, People magazine, In Style, what are the others? Mary Claire, all of them. They all work together, along with the, I think Ari Emanuel just, he got people there that basically push out whatever, because it's all highly curated. So they want to push all of this out and think, there are a lot of people that don't follow it. And they just say, okay, but I can tell you right now with the economy the way it is, and them cheap ass, did you see the labels on those ass ever products? Cheap as shit. Who's going to spend? How much is her jam? How much is that spread? The prices are crazy. It's like, who's going to buy that? Only people with money, and those with money are not going to buy Meghan Markle stuff. That's not even her target market. Who's her target market? She don't know. So her goal is this, let me just throw everything I can out. And that machine is just, it's just working her and Harry. Working, now they working both of them. And they don't know that they're being exploited too. This is fascinating. This is fascinating. I can't wait to watch this whole thing play out. Deluxe said, hey, Deluxe, how you doing? Yes, Brooklyn. Check out Brooklyn Love. Check out I Didn't Want. Yeah, check it out. It's good. Short, sweet, and funny. That's right, Sue. That was hilarious. And then you see the comedian's face. I can't think of his name, but he's married to Scarlett Johansson. I think she's such a great actor. I've been watching her. She was a little kid actor, I remember. And she's just grown up to be a really quality actress. And she kind of you don't see her as beautiful as she is and as popular as she is. You don't see her whoring herself all on social media. No, she let her talent lead. She booked jobs. She go to work. She's married. This is what her second marriage, I think. Because she was married to Ryan Reynolds too, by the way. Side note, I think, many years ago. But yeah, they're married. So she don't do that. She don't have to, because she's got her talent, to lead the way. Not so much with Meghan Markle. Harry roaming from door to door is symbolic of his life right now. Aimlessly roaming without purpose. Yep, that's true. That is crazy. And the thing is that Tina Brown said, that he's doubling down on his original sin. And his original sin was disowning his family and leaving. So now he's going to double down on it, which sounds to me like he's a 15-year-old boy in the head. And when you think the psychology behind, because I'm so fascinated at it. When I saw the psychiatrist, he's a British psychiatrist. And then I saw this guy, he's an expert on surviving narcissistic abuse, because he was in a narcissistic relationship. And then he started studying it. So I saw them on GB News or Talk TV, one of those British channels, platforms. And it was very fascinating what they said about Harry and Meghan. And it was a very intelligent conversation. And when you think about it, you think about the system that Harry grew up in, under that royal system, being in that system in and of itself is kind of like an anomaly. It's very weird and very different, because most of us don't live that way, but they have, and for generations. So Harry, because he was not going to be heir, Harry, he did build up resentment. And I think that his father and his mother, you do as best you can as a parent. They were from a different generation. We talked about that yesterday, how Queen Elizabeth shook his hand when she was away. She didn't know what to do. And now how William and Kate You notice that they're very loving and they spend a lot of time as a family with their kids because they know what's to come. So they do better because they know they do better because they know better and they're learning. So Harry grew up in a background where he had immense wealth. He never had to worry about anything. So he did not build up those natural sort of experiences that help build you as a person. He never had adversity of any real kind, never had. And he had everything handed to him. And then he had a viper who came in, which is tragic because she came in and she was able to scoop him up and actually extract him from the whole system that he knows. She is kind of like pulling him up, like you pull a root. Is it a rutabaga? You pull the root out the ground, roots and all. And that's what she did with him, roots and all, and pulled him. And then she took him out of the palace, out of the wall, the protection of the palace, and brought him to LA. Now we know what goes down in LA. Y'all know what goes down in LA. You know that. They not playing in LA. That is highly weird. And this woke shit, it's all smoke and mirrors because they be doing all kind of shit behind closed doors. They do. As far as I'm concerned, plug into spirit. Plug in the spirit and let the Holy Spirit guide you. God is everywhere. And I always say, I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. So listen to other people with that woke shit like they know. You think Oprah Winfrey and all them really know? No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't know shit. They are out here trying to figure it out like the rest of us. They are out here trying to figure it out, but they just happen to have immense wealth. And none of that wealth can bring you. See Oprah Winfrey, you see she picking up her weight back. Because remember that Ozempic, her wife Gail said it. She was puking and she said it was coming out of both ends. That's because she started having stomach, allegedly. Now she's picking it up. She got to leave that Ozempic alone. And she was trying to sell that to the American people, knowing all the side effects. So that's a side note. So anyways, Meghan Markle ripped him, the roots and all, and took him over to LA. That nasty ass Holly Weird. LA, California is beautiful. But the culture of Holly Weird and that little system, she took him out of that one system that kept him safe and secure and would protected him because it's a bloodline and they protect their own. She pulled him out roots and all and took him to LA. And Holly Weird, where there is no loyalty, and it's a machine that exploits and sucks everything out of you and spits you out. That's all it does. There are no friends in that game. There's no friends. Everything is smoke and mirrors. Everything. And he's so clueless. He's like a 15, 16-year-old boy. Now she don't even want to touch him. You know why? She married him. She's got the title. She's got the royal status by being married to him, and she's got the 2 kids. Now she don't have to touch him. And she don't mind if he go out and do it. She don't care. Meeghan has done, listen, just all I got to say. That's all I got to say on that one. Meeghan loves to flirt with other women. Men. Oh, yeah, she liked to flirt. She likes to, Roxanne, I think Meghan Markle likes to flirt with other men in public and other women behind closed doors. That's what I think. I think she built, and as her money shrinks, it's shrinking, baby. Because she doing a lot of spending, and I don't think she's budgeting. They got a lot of money, but living that high level, Bezos level lifestyle, that money's gonna run out quick. I told y'all I give it like 5 years. It's been 2 years already? Let's see what happens in 3 years. And she's building relationships, and in Hollywood, and that's where she's comfortable. She can have relationships with all different kind of female executives and all that. Because the male executives, her opportunities are shrinking so fast because she's an aging out, and she's already been a yacht girl. And we saw the creature behind the mask. She's birthed 2 kids, and she's aging. You got younger girls, younger and prettier, who have not birthed children, or they may have done one. I mean, but they're out here prettier and they're and better to deal with, and they don't have the baggage that she's got, because this is heavy baggage. So she's gonna have to build relationships with powerful people She tried men, now she would do women. So I think she in the, you know, and then now she has to be careful because those women could also be married. And remember, in Hollywood, it's everything goes. And Megan, this is what she loves. And she has no problem with pretending like she is cool with Beyonce. That's the part. She has no problem with that. She think they are still cool. And she probably called Beyonce and Beyonce don't return her call. Her and Harry has probably used up enough those private planes. People are being kind. Now it's been a couple of years and people are like, they don't answer their call. So I think Netflix, they can probably fly on their, Ted Sarandos can hook them up. And I think it makes sense, Ted or Ari Emanuel, it makes sense to me that they would keep these two tight closer to them because there are more temper tantrums coming from Harry. There are more tell-alls coming from Harry. And then Meghan Markle's going to do her tell-all. Then let's watch her as she slowly reveal those children. Harry's fighting behind the scenes. He doesn't want his kids shown, but Harry's not strong enough to deal with Meghan because Harry's a 15-year-old protected prince. Meghan Markle is a whole 45-year-old 304 streetwalker who's hustled and struggled for decades. And she's a psychopath and a malignant narcissist. Ain't no comparison. So she's going to have to show them kids' faces. So we got to watch and see how that comes. In the meantime, let's just watch all these phony shows when she go on these platforms and speak. And then we'll watch as she posts these phony, we get to look at that and laugh and then also not only laugh, but look and really understand. I think the most important thing, understand mental illness when you're looking at one, when you see it. Also paying attention how this machine moves around them, because this is the same machine that tries to screw us every chance they get and try to feed us propaganda. So we got to understand how they move. So next time they try to put something in front of our face, we can be like, oh, that looks familiar. Oh, you full of shit. I'm not buying, and turn the channel. Because that's what I do now. When I spot propaganda, I turn it off. I turn it off. I'm not going to consume any propaganda. You're not going to convince me of shit. I got common sense. Deluxe said that's a bear no long. Yes. We're going to get into that. So let's we're going to get into that next. I'm glad my lifestyle is low cost, low maintenance. Sue Clark, me too. The second time I got out of my credit card debt, let me tell you, and it's like I never want to get back in it again, because you are literally owned and paid for by a man. That's how I look at it. And these credit card companies, 28% interest. 28% interest. It's like, no, no. I don't, you know what? And I'm getting older too. I'm like, no. And I want to travel. I don't want any more debt. The only debt I have would be my mortgage, then my assessment fees, and that's it. And then I do and I'll pay my rent when I'm, overseas or wherever I go, travel. And then I told my daughter I'll pay half her rent just for the 2 years while she's in graduate school. That's it. And then utilities or whatever. I will never touch a credit card. I'm telling you, I can't afford it. I can put it and get the points and stuff on the card to get out. No, it's not worth it, because I already know I'm gonna get in credit card trouble. Then I'll end up with $15,000, $20,000 credit card debt, 28% interest, and then I would be crying and bitching and moaning and really working 7 days a week to try to keep up with that. No, I'm not doing that. So that is, no, low cost lifestyle, low cost. I'm cutting a lot of stuff out. That's right. That's right. Princess Catherine has a rose named after her. Megan going to do something similar. We're going to give Megan a rose. What? Who? Gavin Newsom and his wife are going to gift her with a rose? Okay, good luck with that. No, but what? Someone in California? That's the only way it's going to come from. I don't see anybody in England doing it. I don't see anybody in England, or I don't see anybody here either. Give her a rose. Why? Why would she get a rose? What the fuck has she done? What has she done? Nothing. Princess Catherine, that's her world. She deserves it. And, in that world, she will be queen. And Meghan Markle, what I don't get is like, why are you trying to covet those people's lives? You don't come from that. Harry does. And Harry made a choice to leave, and Harry needs to own that. Harry got to own it. He's the one that left. Consequences. If you can't leave and then get upset because you don't get the same treatment when you were there, doesn't work that way. Yeah, Catherine will get a rose. People will curtsy her. She will be treated as a queen because she will be queen. William will be king. Oh, and that's beautiful. Why should they dim their light for Harry and Meghan? That is just unreal to me. That is unreal. And how come Meeghan herself, but she can't, y'all. She's mentally ill. She can't. Two other, like Harry could have been with another woman who was really put together better mentally. And she probably would have been able to cultivate more of the positive aspects, the more nourishing aspects, the more healthier parts of his personality. And she would have recognized that, okay, Harry might be spared, but there are benefits too in this family. So you never have to work a day in your life. You're protected by the kingdom, the royal family, and all that comes with it. Your children are protected and will have titles. Harry is not on the spot for anything. It's William who's on the spot for everything. Harry don't have that weight. So there's freedom in that. And you could take what you get and be grateful that it could be a lot worse. You could be living in some third world country, destitute in an aluminum shack. I mean, really. Or Harry could be he himself could be struggling with cancer and debilitating where, it destroys your body. Remember Roger Ebert, the film critic? It was Siskel and Ebert. His jaw, he smoked so much, this was all gone. Sometimes you can get cancer where it can they cut into, depending on where the cancer is at. He could have been disfigured. Or Megan could have. My point is there were blessings. If he had someone that was more grounded in reality and more in a healthier space, it would have been totally different. They would have been more like the younger son of, not Andrew. Is it Edward? The youngest one, with him and his wife, Sophie, I think is her name. They don't rock the boat. They've got their family. They take their life and what God has given them and blessed them with, and they work with that. And that's really what the key is here with Harry and Meghan. They are blessed with immense wealth and status and stuff, and they are still throwing the finger up at all the blessings that they have. They got to cash out. This is going to be interesting to see how this is going to work out. Yep. Their net worth is a lot. Okay, Brooklyn, let's get into Jay-Z, because I was shocked when I heard this. I was just like, oh my God, it's kind of sad. But I guess that would explain why Beyonce has to keep working. Right? Let me add this. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me add this. That would explain why she has to keep working, unfortunately. Because I could not understand why she's out there again. She was doing the Renaissance tour. That was less than 2 years ago. And then now she's doing this Cowboy Carter. And it's like, okay, I don't understand. I'm so confused. So I was looking at this one I found on Vibe, but it's in other news outlets too. And this was May 7, 2025. So that was 5 days ago. 5 days ago, this was reported. And let's go ahead and take a look at this. Jay-Z claims Roc Nation was denied a $115 million line of credit due to the art accuser's statements. The mogul has sued the Jane Doe's attorney for defamation and extortion. I don't think it was that. I think that that's what they're claiming. And, here's another PR spin. Jay-Z was denied the $115 million line of credit. and he needs someone to blame because he don't want people to really get suspicious and think, wait a minute, they don't have as much money as they claim they do. And I don't think that they do. So let's read some of this. Jay-Z's RAPE lawsuit was dismissed in February, but he is not done seeking justice against his accuser and her attorneys for alleged defamation. The Roc Nation leader filed an amended complaint late Monday in Mobile, Alabama, alleging his accuser has not stopped making, blah, 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 blah. In his filing, Jay claims that as recently as April 11th, the Jane Doe posted a TikTok of her lip syncing an audio that may lead viewers to assume she's referencing and doubling down on her case. You couldn't pay me $1 million to get an apology video out of me. I stand on what I said. F you, the audio said. Oh. Okay. Rolling Stone has obtained that amended complaint, which explains why Doe's actions affect his business by refusing to apologize and continue to stand on what she said despite all the evidence and indeed her own admissions to the contrary. Okay. Now, where does it say? Here it is. Also, in his amended lawsuit, Jay clarified a prior claim that Roc Nation lost out on an unspecified $20 million. The statement says the $20 million represented the minimum fee guarantee of an undisclosed contract and that the full fee for the deal would have been many millions of dollars higher had the contract been performed. He also alleged Doe's allegations significantly affected his ability to pursue new business opportunities. What? As a result of defendants filing a false lawsuit and other false public statements against Mr. Carter was denied a $55 million personal credit line. The amended complaint claims. It also says Roc Nation was denied a $115 million loan. The legal team argues that directly affects Jay as well because he and Roc are inextricably tied. Okay, so Mr. Carter himself was denied $55 million of personal credit line. And Roc Nation was denied $115 million. Wow. He couldn't even get a $115 million loan from Roc Nation, and he couldn't even get a $55 million loan for himself. That's crazy, y'all. That is crazy. So, what y'all think? I think that I don't think it's that girl. I think that's a PR excuse. I just don't think I think he's highly leveraged. I think he's probably got a lot of debt and they're just not going to lend him anymore. That's what I think, in my opinion. What y'all think? Sue Clark says Jay-Z must have a low credit score. Yeah. Because I'm like, if you're worth 800, they say, now let's look at PR spin. Let's go and type in the internet. How much is Jay-Z worth? Okay. So we're going to look into, let's look at it. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up. How much is Jay-Z worth? Because I know he's worth more. Oh, look at this. Oh, wait till y'all see this. Oh, they're saying that Jay-Z is worth $2.5 billion, y'all. Look at this. $2.5 billion. So a $2.5 billion, he's a billionaire. He can't get a credit. He can't get a line of credit for $55 million. Roc Nation, how much is Roc Nation valued at? Okay. And this is as of May 2025, he is the wealthiest musical artist in the world with a net worth of $2.5 billion. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's see what People Magazine, because they are in it. They are the what do I call it? They are the propaganda arm, or what we say, the marketing tool of these celebrities. That's what they are. So it says here, Jay-Z's net worth in People Magazine Oh, okay. Hold on one second. Let me see. Okay, yeah, let's pull this down. Okay, so they say, and should we believe People Magazine? And this was as published December 12, 2024. What is Jay-Z's net worth? And look at the rapper's billion-dollar empire. Jay-Z is a self-made billionaire who has built his career as both a musician and an entrepreneur. This is written by Jordana Commodore, and she's an associate editor on the Evergreen team of People. She has been working at People since 2024. Her work has previously appeared in Women's Health Magazine, Pop Sugar, Very Well Mind, Business Insider, and the Chicago Reader. Okay, so Jordana, where did you do the research on this? Or did you just take whatever they told you, whatever they fed you, his PR people fed you? In 2019, Jay-Z made history when he became hip-hop's first billionaire. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm happy if he is a billionaire, but I don't, I'm not just going to buy it because you put it in People Magazine. I'm just not going to do that. No. So as far as I'm concerned, if he's the billionaire, how? And I want to see the proof, because to me, how is he being denied a $55 million loan? How? And Rock Nation, let me see, how much is Rock Nation worth? Let's just take a look. Let's just take a look, y'all. Let's just take a look. Oh, I removed it. Doggone it. Sorry. Let's see how much. What's the value of Rock Nation? The net worth. Oh, okay. So Rock Nation. Okay, so now this makes a little bit more sense to me. Why they would not give them. Hold on, let me share it with you. This makes sense why Rock Nation did not get the loan for $115 million. So let me share this with you. Okay, let's go in here. All right, you see this? It said Rock Nation. Rock Nation Sports is $203 million. In 2022, Forbes listed Rock Nation as number 7 on its list of the top 10 sports agencies. Oh, it's a sports agency. So what about the Rock Nation? Isn't that a Rock Nation record label? Oh, it's Rock Nation, Jay-Z's entertainment company, is valued at $140 million. Okay. So now they say 140 million here, but then here, Threads, we don't, because they say Rock Nation is worth 2.5 billion on Threads. So I don't know how true that is, but up here, when you look at AI overview, they say the entertainment company is valued at 140 million. Okay. Interesting. Hold on. Let me plug in my computer so it doesn't go out. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. So it seems to me that I think they are fudging on the numbers a little bit. I really do. They're fudging on the numbers. So back to smoke and mirrors, right? Back to smoke and mirrors. It's not real. So now that explains to me why Beyonce is going back out there working. Because I'm like, girl, aren't you tired? You just toured less than 2 years ago. And now you're back out there again, I guess. And remember, she was selling her hair. And then she's got the Ciroc. Is that the whiskey? And that's not doing well. Because she came after after her tour, Beyonce came out with the Ciroc whiskey, and then she got that hair care products. And it's like, I'm like, what is she pushing all of this stuff for? I remember thinking that, like, what is she doing? Because I'm like, oh, you can actually relax on top, girl. Why aren't you doing that? I don't understand. But now I get it. Most of them have bad credit too. Yeah. I think, yep. I think it's they're at a high level with that debt. $50 million, 114 million. I mean, I'm so glad that I live a very modest life, because if I had especially because I had to really clean up, because that credit card debt used to get me in trouble. And I just thought, no. And when you think about life, and I started just kind of living my life, I made some changes in my life, y'all. I've shared it with you. And I believe in having peace in this life. And there was just no way. And then plus I was raising two kids. I couldn't throw my money away on credit card debt. I just had to learn how to budget my money and stop throwing money away. I wasn't struggling at the time. I had to work hard. But it's like, no, you just don't throw money away. So you know what? I don't have a car note. I still got my little Lady Red, my Kia Soul. I purchased her in 2014. And I still have her. She needs her tires replaced. She's got engine trouble now, but it's okay because I just keep her local. When my daughter goes away to school, because she's back here and closer when she go to graduate school, I don't want to give her information out. She can actually take the car to go. And I told her, because I'm going to be in France for 3 months. So when she starts school, she could take the car, but she can't get on highways and stuff because Lady Red can't go more than 40 miles an hour. Real fast. It takes her a while to accelerate because she's got engine trouble. So I've got to replace the tires. Oh, the brakes will eventually need to be replaced. So I'll do that before I leave, so my daughter don't have the car with the brakes. But I don't have a car note, and I'm not buying one. No, why? Why? My goal is to be. I'm here part-time and I'll be overseas part-time. I don't want, if I can't pay cash for it right up front, I'm not going to do it. My extra money, I want that to go to my trips and do things that I love. I don't want to be paying, to each his own, but I'm not paying for no car note. So they need to learn the budget. They got access to millions, but that lifestyle, they got to keep up. They got to keep up with the Joneses. Hitching. Rhonda, you're killing me begging. Oh, yeah, you're talking. This water is good. Yes, they don't have any money, y'all. I don't think so. I mean, they much richer than we are, of course, but saying that they 2 point, People Magazine, I don't even read those anymore. I don't even think the kids looking. So I don't know who's reading that. I imagine somebody is. You know what? When I think of Ari Emanuel, with the purpose that he serves, being his goal is to sell these artists. And it's nice to be able to basically control the magazines, those entertainment magazines, because you can use them as marketing. Even Time Magazine had Serena Williams on there. Then they had multiple, right before this Time event that Meghan Markle was at. They had Serena Williams, who is a WME client, Ari Emanuel client. So it's, Serena Williams. And then they had other WME clients that were on the Time magazine and the Time 100. This is a whole WME event, but they put it as a Time 100, and even Blake Lively she was on the top 100. And her and her husband are represented by Ari Emanuel. So Ari Emanuel has a tight hold on the media machine in Hollywood and Hollyweird. Hi, Barbara King. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Barbara. Please, yes, hit the like button and subscribe, guys. Thank you. Sue Clark says, after that most recent interview where he trash talks his family again, Harry has the nerves to ham it up like a clown for the camera at the concert. Oh, yeah. He's like a 15-year-old boy in there, I think. And I think he is. Think about it. He is desperately holding on to Meeghan because she's all he's got. And she's got his 2 children, too. And remember, he let go of his family. He cut them off. So he don't have nobody else. His friends are cutting him off. But you know something? What was he doing roaming around in London, ringing doorbells? What was he doing there? He's supposed to be visiting a friend, right? What was he doing there? What was he doing there? It was weird. Let's pull up that picture of Harry right quick, because you guys have got to see this. Hey, I mean, when I saw it, I'm like, is this real? Like, is this real? Hold on. Prince Harry ring camera, ringing doorbells. Yeah, they said that. That's weird to me. Let's pull this up so you can see it. What was he doing? I don't understand. And they said he didn't have security with them. So what was he doing? And someone did say, now, I was watching one of the, let's pull this. Hold on one second. Let's pull this down so you can see it. Prince Harry caught on ring camera knocking on stranger's door. Where's the picture with him? Yes, look at this. This is a ring camera that caught him. And they said he knocked on multiple doors. So he's randomly knocking on doors? What's he doing that for? I don't understand. Why is he knocking on random doors? And then an ex-security guy said, and this was on, I think it was Talk. It was one of those British shows, Talk TV or GB News, one of those. And the guy shot him down, the host, but he made a point. He said that Harry didn't even have security with him, which meant that Harry told his security, no, you don't have to come with me, which meant that maybe Harry was probably picking up something that he did not want his security guy to know. And then the host said, well, you don't know that for sure. Well, we don't know. So you can't make but it's like, why is he randomly? I don't understand. What is he doing? Or was he craving for something and need to go pick something up? Meeghan trying to steal stuff like Victoria Beckham from Spice Girl. Her stuff sells like hotcakes. Oh, yeah. But you know, Victoria Beckham, she got the playbook. Remember I told you guys the 304s and streetwalkers, they don't know what they're doing. Whereas Diana Ross or like Melania Trump or even like Princess Catherine, they got the playbook. They know how to act. You notice that she says Victoria Beckham, she says nothing. You notice that? She says very little. And her clothes, I mean, her brand, I hear is, I'm not a fashion person, but I know that a lot of celebrities love her clothes. So, you know, Meghan Markle thinks that she don't realize the reason why Victoria Beckham has really curated her brand meticulously, because her husband he's a voracious cheater. And she don't go and have meltdowns in front of the camera. None of that. You don't know how she feels or what she's doing. And her husband is very handsome. And, you know, and now she's having issues with her son because it looks like he met another Meghan Markle. And we got to get into that because her son didn't even go to David Beckham's 50th birthday party. It's like, why would you miss your father's 50th? So over petty stuff. It's so stupid. Thank you, Deluxe. Yeah. Colin, his name is Colin and Scarlett Johansson. His name is Colin. Megan's money sounds like a lottery winner, broke within the first 5 years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Meeghan is, Meeghan is she's trying to prove to us that I'm classy, I'm regal, I'm to be admired. I want to sit on this pedestal and I want you to look up to me and I'm going to look down at you people and I want you to worship me. I want you to be admired by me. And it's like, girl, what are you doing? That's not even real. There's nothing you can do to make us admire you. We see you. And you just, I'm going to say this and I'm going to be honest and I'm not trying to bully. I swear to God, I'm not. She was embarrassed about her father because I think she thinks he's more like blue collar, right? Or whatever. And it's like Meeghan, because I guess that's not classy. And I said, Meeghan, everything that she's doing it lacks class. She seems so desperate and it's like tacky. And it's like you are doing the very thing that you think your father, Your father would be well loved, probably, hanging out with people and getting to know him. He's probably just a friendly guy and real and not going to pretend. But you want to pretend. You're like, I mean, you're just as tacky as they come. Who can believe anything else that two would put in a book? Yes, they, you know what? They are gonna, the machine is gonna, they're gonna suck everything out of Harry and Meghan. And then they're gonna toss them. They're gonna get everything they can and they're gonna toss them. And then they'll be on to the next one, the next product. That's how the machine works, and that's Hollywood. That's the machine. That's how the machine works. Clout chasing. Yeah. And I think that seeing that Beyonce picture with Oprah, Big O, and her wife Gail, and Tyler Perry, and I think the other one, I wonder if that was the actress Elise Reese, but I'm not sure. So they all went together on opening night with Beyonce. And then Meghan Markle goes a couple of days later and she's in it. And you see the digs that Oprah got, and you see what Meghan Markle got. And it's like, girl, you're not even invited to the party. Why are you doing all this? Why would you want, if my daughter was doing that, it would break my heart, because it would be like, why can't you just be happy and satisfied with what you got now, who you are now? What about your friends? Surround yourself around your own Hollywood choir. Stop looking over there into somebody else's yard or in somebody else's life, trying to covet what they got. What are you doing? Wasting your life, wasting your time. You think Catherine and what you think Catherine gives one goddamn about Meghan Markle? No. She would wish that they would wish her and Harry would go away. That's bad. That's got to sting. Yeah, thanks to Lux. Megan never would have wanted to stay in UK knowing she'd have to bow to Catherine as queen. Yeah, and it's like, it's a custom, girl. It doesn't mean you're not, but with a malignant narcissist, that's in their mind. Because it's like, girl, this is just customs. That's what they do. It seemed like Harry loves Meghan. And I'm like, girl, he gave you a gift that you would have never received otherwise. You better spend that shit into a blessing, because it is a blessing. And you better be on your knees thanking your higher power. Because I don't know, does she have God in her life? You know, now that I think about it, does she have spirituality in her life? I don't know. Because I know God is everywhere. I'm telling you, even in our darkest days when we don't think he's there, he is there. All you got to do is just surrender to him. So Meghan Markle, Harry, she should have, there's no reason why he should be. And I would get after his ass for knocking on random doors in London. And they said that neighborhood, part of it is posh, but there's a other part too that's not so. I mean, Harry, if somebody was tracking Harry or something, I thought, wait a minute. By the way, I thought Harry said he was afraid in London. I thought he was afraid for his safety in London. Okay. I'm confused. Did you hear Meghan Markle was going to write a book about education? Stop, Jean. Are you serious? What's she going to write a book about education about? You mean like that, The Bench, the children's book that she wrote about? The Bench, the children's book? Or this is going to be another one? Oh, God. I heard she's even shopping around a divorce book for Harry. A divorce book to talk about Harry. And it's like, girl, but people will buy it because they want to hear. But I don't think Megan think that Harry, that spare was a once in a lifetime shot. Harry's not going to sell the same with those other books, the 2 and 3 that are coming. It's not, because we already know what's going to be in there. But the publishers and Ari Emanuel and Netflix and all of them and the Democratic Party, they're going to get their piece of the pie. They're going to suck what they want out of them. Everybody's going to get their part of them. And once they suck them dry, they're going to let them go. Mark my word. But Meghan Markle, yeah, she's going to try to come up with all kind of stuff. And then the legacy media. And then you got Drew Barrymore, another one. Although I like her, but she, I saw Tamron Hall on YouTube say, I enjoyed Megan's channel. And I said, well, then if you enjoyed it so much, why didn't you invite her on your show? Did you invite her? And Megan said, no, Tamron, because you're not big enough for her or white enough for her. So why are you going out here praising her show, Tamron, with your history too, Tamron Hall? That's a whole nother story on her. But I don't want to get into Tamron Hall, but I found that funny. Because if Tamron Hall could have had Meghan Markle on her show, she would have. Oh, yeah. I think Tamron would have. Tamron going to go on there, or maybe not. I don't know. Let me think about that. I got to think about that. Because a lot of Black people would have been upset. Yeah. But I think what the compromise was Tamron Hall just went on her YouTube channel and just gave her a shout out as a compromise. Now that I think about it, yeah. Deluxe Life says, I believe that SA lawsuit directly hurt his brand. Lenders will think he can be ruined financially from the accusations. One statement from an accuser can ruin a wealthy person in a weekend. You think so, Deluxe Life? You think that the banks was just like, no. Well, maybe the banks know something we don't know too. And Jay-Z, I think, what do you guys think? Do you think the rumors are, Jay-Z, do you think there's something to those rumors? And will this ever go away? Because I'm thinking this, and Puff Daddy, you know what? We're almost out of time. So tomorrow we're going to definitely get into Puff Daddy. I'm going to go back. I'll be online tomorrow. We can get into Puff Daddy trial. And then I want to get into Bill Belichick's 24-year-old girlfriend that lost that beauty pageant. And I hear that he gifted her with an $8 million apartment complex. So he's Bellicheck is what did I call it? He's extracting her youth. He's trying to pull all her youth from her, and she's trying to pull all the finances and money from him. So we'll get into that tomorrow. But I'm going to finish the comments because we'll be done at about an hour and a half here. So Deluxe Life, maybe you're right. I don't think the lawsuits or this topic is going away for Jay-Z. I don't think so. Then, I heard Tina knows Beyonce's mom just wrote a book, and she's talking about how Beyonce and Jay-Z talked for over a year. But now remember, Beyonce was 18. So were they talking when she was 17? Or, it was like, I don't know if Tina thought about that. But so, and there has been rumors. So not that I know if it's true or not, but I don't think they're going away anytime soon. Sue says, I wonder if Beyonce is using her daughter as one of the dancers now to keep interest going for her concerts. Yeah, it does. See, because remember it was the Lion King premiere. And I think she's like one of the voices in it. And that girl, she's 13? They had her dressed up. I thought she was dressed up a little too much. And Beyonce having her daughter on stage. Beyonce is a mama bear. So maybe she just want her daughter to be part of what she does. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't like them dressing her up like that so fast. She's only 13 with the makeup and then the low cut. I didn't like that part. But I think having her daughter on stage, maybe she wants to keep her daughter close, and she wants her daughter to be a part of what shaped her world. Because Beyonce been doing this since she was 8, 9 years old or something. That's why I'm like, why don't you just retire, girl? Give yourself, enjoy the next half of your life. Rock Nation should easily be able to secure that line of credit. My opinion on that accusation made from Jane Doe has directly shaken that industry, along with P-Diddy trash and disgust. Yep, I think so too, Deluxe Life. I think so. Yeah. Because that Puff Daddy, we got to get into that tomorrow. The day one trial, it was, it was disgusting. Today, some of the story we're going to get into. Let's talk about it a little bit now. Let me see. It's just because this is a good segue into it. We finish these comments. Hey, Deborah Smith, how you doing? Sue Clark says that photo of Harry showing up at people's door could be used as an ad for home security products. You never know who would show up at your door. Okay, he was really anxious, or you know what? Maybe he is, because how come he just? I'm confused. Don't you have the address written down? What's going on? I don't get it. Or is he just lonely for friends? But yeah, I think that's a good idea. That's a good advertisement, okay? Because you never know who will pop up at your door. It could be Prince Harry. Okay, if H&M were to inherit the throne via tragic ending, the Republicans would end the royal dynasty. The same day. Yep. Hey, DM, the same day. Yes, they would. The same day. Harry and Meghan. Ooh, I'm looking forward to see how this whole thing, how it just progresses, how this all flows for the next. I mean, they've got a lot more content coming out, like products. Like Harry's got those. He got another spare coming out. He got more interviews to do as he just think, God forbid, that King Charles passes on, and the whole decisions made around that. And then what about the coronation of King when William becomes king? His coronation, will Harry be invited? I wouldn't invite Harry and Meghan. No, because all they're going to do is monetize it. They're going to monetize it. Oh, it was nice spending time there, although we're not close, but it was just nice to see my brother. And then the Legacy News and all the PR People magazine will have pictures of Meghan in all her different dresses. They'll have William. You know what I mean? It's a way for them to spin it. And Ari and Netflix, they're going to spin it. They are. And Simon and Schuster, it's going to be a special book of Harry at his brother's coronation. And if he's taking pictures with his brothers, that's going to be monetized. Harry cannot come. No. And as a matter of fact, for the funeral, if I were William, Harry, there's a designated time you can come between 12 and 3 on this day to see Pops. And you say your goodbyes. That's it. Go see him. And then as far as the whole formal ceremony and stuff, you're not invited. No, because he will. And then he'll be crying and he'll be devastated. And then we got to see all this phoniness. And it's like, no, you made your bed. You lie in it. That's how I feel. Sue Clark Deluxe says, I think Blue Ivy wants to follow her mother's career. She has worked hard and is becoming really good. One day she'll be able to possibly have her own brand, generational wealth. You know what? I wish the best for that young lady. I think Beyonce, I like me some Beyonce. I just wish she would just retire early. But you know what? I don't think she can, from what I'm seeing. I think there might be some financial trouble. I think there's just a lot of debt that they got to clean up. And it's common. It happens to us all. I did that twice and I'm not going back. I said, I'm not going back. Pride got in the way. Yeah, Harry with his pride. Thank you, Deluxe. Rhonda, Meeghan has a show where? A show? Did I say she had a show? She, her cooking. And then Netflix will create a new series. They're going to keep these two. They are basically the anti-monarchists. And they are basically the two spoiled assholes who cannot be grateful for the blessings that they have. It really stirs up a lot of anger in people. Think about it. That's marketable. That's actually marketable. Remember, it draws people. Because I'm telling you, when I look at Harry and Meghan, like when Harry was doing that interview, and I'm just looking at him like, are you serious? You are serious. You never acknowledge any of your part in this. None of it. None of it at all. And then you're going to threaten your father. I mean, they're clueless. It is like, When you see this, when I tell you, social media can be a curse, because if you have a ticky boom boom episode and you go online, and that's what you see playing out with Harry and Meghan. And the machine, when I think about it now, when I look at Netflix and Ari and Ari Mel, their role, the Democratic Party, mark my word, Harry and Meghan will come out now and promote and support Democratic causes. They really want to be surrogates for the Democratic Party. But the problem is that Harry and Meghan, their brand is so toxic that the Democratic Party can only work with them behind the shadows. It was Gavin Newsom dumbass that stuck his head out and defended Harry and Meghan, but he got orders for somebody higher up than him. So there are some powerful Democratic people that are really keeping Harry and Meghan close so they can exploit them too. Meeghan think that in the process, maybe she can get some money. Girl, you can forget it. But I'm not God. Maybe God has a whole separate set of plans, but we're going to watch it and enjoy it, okay? Sue Deluxe Life, Blue Ivy really is talented. She's grown in confidence, also seeing nature mature beyond her years. Yeah, she is. She does. I like how Beyonce keep her close. I do. And I think Beyonce's like, this is my life. This can be your life. It's just that, oh, I hope she stays a child for just a little while long, a young lady. I mean, I just don't want to see her in the lipstick and the sugar. But, you know, I guess that's me. Like, you know, I didn't even play. My kids didn't date in high school. I don't even play that. No dating, nothing. Wait until you get in college, then you can have, you know, enjoy yourself. But so I'm more conservative in that aspect. Yes, Rhonda, let's discuss Bill. You want to discuss Bill Belichick? Yes. Okay, then let's discuss Bill. We're gonna knock it out tonight. Okay, we're gonna knock it out. Okay, because it's on the menu, so we gotta. It's on the list, so we gotta talk about it. Roxanne, that's what I was thinking myself. Absolutely. Look at his face too. Let me make this bigger so you can see it. Look at that. Look at his face. He looked like he is on a mission. They said he walked a half a mile and rang a couple of doors. So these two, they're going to be living under that scrutiny for the next 40 years until Harry is doubling down on his original sin. And what he needs to do is just say, I'm sorry, I'll let go. Just let go. I'd say, you know what? I think Harry should just let go. Seek some spirituality. And Hollywood and their woke shit is not real, because those people can't tell nobody nothing. People, you think that in that crew and in that group, they can really emotionally communicate and make sound judgment with Harry? No, they're encouraging Harry because they're getting something from it. Nobody's going to tell Harry no. And this whole woke shit, I mean, we can get on a whole nother tangent on that one. I don't want to. I just want to say the only way you can find some kind of peace and direction is to just plug into a higher power and, you know, plug into spirituality. And it does not mean going to the latest celebrity church. No, it's about really plugging in, even by yourself, just you and God. It's taking some quiet time. Harry don't need any more weed. And, you know, he doesn't need any more of the, give me some Coca-Cola. I want some Coca-Cola. I'm thirsty. He needs a clear mind and he needs some quiet time to kind of get himself. But, you know, it's hard because he's got everybody. Oh, they are not letting him go. They are not letting him go. So, but, you know, God is everywhere. I always say God is everywhere. But that quiet time, you need to plug into spirituality to get some direction. And you can't get it from these vipers and gatekeepers of this Hollywood and this whole cabal where they all get together and they all be swinging. I mean, it's all debauchery and all just vulgarness, just like that Puff Daddy trial. When you hear it is a mess. And they all knew it and nobody said anything about it. That's the thing about it. Thank you, Deluxe. DM, when you quit your job, you lose your benefits. Harry, too thick to understand. I know, DM, that's right. It's like, and you look at this, and millions of people across the globe are looking at that explosive interview he did, and they were thinking, what? Is he serious? He is serious. He is serious. And it's like, can you imagine the walls of that Montecito mansion when them behind them walls every day in daily life with these two crazies? Can you imagine them walls be a thumping? And I don't think, you know what? I don't think Doria is around anywhere. Now that I see that Meghan Markle did not even wish her own mother happy Mother's Day, she ain't there. Yeah, I think just let her, just let the girl, let her. Let Blue Ivy have her childhood. She's so adorable. Thank you. Okay, let's get into Bill Belichick right quick. Okay, let's get into him, y'all. He is something else. Let me tell you, this man is 74 years old. His girlfriend is 24. Or he's okay. So let's look at this here. She was in a beauty pageant. And apparently she lost. I think it's good because she needs some grounding too. Because that girl, I think she's doing a little too much talking, to be honest with you. I think she's doing a little. I don't understand why these 304s, these streetwalkers, don't understand. They don't know the playbook. Zip it. Just go mute. We don't need to hear you. We know what the deal is. You already got an apartment building, but you know what? You can't help yourself. Girl, and so and you know what? You're drawing attention to yourself. You're drawing attention to yourself, and let me tell you, nothing good happens when you do that. They said that they've already blocked her for some North Carolina facility or something. So people just are not liking you, girl. So let's see. Let's go ahead and read down this. Sour face Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson make a swift exit from Miss Maine pageant after snub from judges. It says here, Jordan Hudson and Bill Belichick made a swift exit after she failed to win Miss Maine USA, with the former cheerleader putting on a brave face and smiling as they pulled away from the hotel. The 24-year-old was still in her purple evening gown and Hancock sash as she clutched the hand of her 73-year-old lover as they were escorted out of the property from a secluded garage with their bodyguard. Bellicheck remained expressionless as they walked the short distance in the underground car park, with the brunette continuing to strut her stuff and wave at the camera. She is so, oh, look at this. This is so weird. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And they say his family is highly upset with him because they, she'd been going off. They said that 60 Minutes interview, she was going all off in the background and they just kind of like, accommodated her, but they didn't really play all of her clips where she was losing control. This girl is crazy. Girl, you got that man, you need to be quiet. His family's complaining and all that. You're supposed to be quiet as a church mouse. He was seen scowling at her behind the wheel of the car as she pointed at her bedazzled bag again as they pulled away in a 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLE 580 worth $89,200. However, they both grinned as they waved at their bodyguard for the weekend, flashing peace signs as Bill drove them away from the event. Jordan declined any interviews, but was quick to thank those who told her that she looked incredible in the purple floor-length gown with a slit pair with silver heels. This girl is stupid. Oh, God, this girl is really stupid. And look at him. He's stupid, too. He is, all he's doing, harvesting. That's what I meant to say. All he's doing is harvesting her youth. I was watching Bill Maher on his show, and I like Bill Maher, but I didn't agree with this. Bill Maher's like, well, love is love. Who did he have on there? And they were asking about this relationship. And I'm like, come on. Bill said, well, it age gap, who cares? I'm like, come on now. Shut up, Bill, on that one. Because this man is doing nothing more than harvesting her youth. He's 73 years old. Can you imagine the drugs she got to take to sleep with this man? She's 24 years old. So he's already gifted her with an $8 million apartment complex. So while he's harvesting her youth, she's harvesting his money. And look at her. And she advertised her hot lobster purse. He is just disgusting. But you know what? She's grown, y'all. But I can tell you honestly, and I'm telling you, this girl is a 304 like Meghan Markle, like any other streetwalker. So you see, she's advertising that purse, that lobster purse. She think this is fun and games. Girl, she just got an $8 million apartment complex that she's an owner of that he gifted to her. She's getting money. So instead of going mute and just working her playbook, she's out here recklessly. She's reckless. That's another one. She's very reckless. And she really thinks she's doing something. So here's the video. Let me see if I can show you. Jordan Spot Internet. Is this her? Let me see if this is up here. Oh, yeah. Can you guys see this? Yeah. Yeah, so it's just reckless as hell. I don't understand this. Well, it is. She's like, it just depends on the quality of the woman. And she's a 304, like Meghan Markle. They are reckless. They are narcissistic. And they only go for the quick grab. You know, they're petty thieves like that. So she gets this 73-year-old man. So we know what his deal is. He wants to harvest her youth. She's very young, vibrant. He's old as shit. We all age. We all gonna get there. But that's why he's there. Because he's paying handsome. He's paying heavily for it. Now, why he doesn't just hire himself an actual expert, a worker? But no. He wants to play it because he wants, and she makes him feel like, oh, I love you. I'm just, you know what I mean. And then this girl harvests his money. And all I got to say is, you know what? That's a 73-year-old man. Relic. According to her age. She's 24. What do you want with a 73-year-old man? He's rich. So we know why you're there. Like I said, while he is pulling her spirit, she's pulling that money. And she's got an $8 million apartment complex, and she's out here running her mouth, showing out purses. And it's like, girl, why do you have to be so reckless like that? Why not just go mute and silent? Why are you arguing with newscasters? Why did they prevent her? As a matter of fact, let me see. Let me show you guys this. They prevented her, Belichick. Yeah, Belichick girlfriend banned. So let's see, here's Sports Illustrated. Oh, wow. Oh, this is a Sports Illustrated, y'all. This is explosive. Let's share this one. This is shocking, y'all. Oh, this is really bad. Oh, wow. We got to make this bigger so you can see it. Oh, this is terrible. Hold on one second. Let me roll down this one. Let's see. Get rid of that one. Sports Illustrated. Okay, here we go. Journalist that reported Bill Belichick's girlfriend banned doubles down after UNC denial. Friday, Pablo Torre, host of Pablo Torre Finds Out, reported on his podcast that Bill Belichick's girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, was banned by UNC football facilities by the higher-ups in the athletic department. The program heartedly denied the report hours later. Shortly after, Torre responded to the school's refute, saying he stands by the specific reporting in our episode, which came from the highest levels of the football program. He also appeared on the Dan Patrick Show Friday, emphatic in the report's accuracy. And this is what he said here. Y'all see, this was on the Dan Patrick Show. This was on the Dan Patrick Show. He says this. One person said, she is the worst person I've ever dealt with on earth. And I've dealt with actual sociopaths. I'm not saying that is everyone. I'm just saying this story is extreme. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm not surprised. And I believe him. I just think Belichick called UNC and said, put the pressure on him, please, for this girl. For this girl. Look at that. I mean, she hit a lick and she can't help herself. You know how when Meghan Markle, she got Prince Harry, then she went behind them palace walls and started bullying the staff. And just, it's like, why do you treat people that way? Girl, calm down. Calm down. We know you're not used to royalty, this royal status. We know you don't come from this. We know you a 304. And Prince Harry don't have enough common sense. So Belichick is a lick. That's all. And look at why she dressed like that. And he's sitting. The man he's rich, he's old, and he's like, I don't give a shit. He's like, I'm going to enjoy it. And, he's harvesting that youth. He feels alive again. And it's like, that is really that's not healthy. So can you imagine when these two are together? What do they have to talk about? I don't understand. What do they got to talk about? What do they have to talk about? I want to know that. Deluxe said, Lord have mercy. Yes. Sue Clark, agree with you, Rhonda. I think Meghan is Harry's higher power and also worshiping Diana. And of course, money. That's true. You get in a lot of trouble. That's why every day, y'all, and I'm telling you this because I know it. Oh, God is so good. But I notice each day I got to work on making sure that I'm kind of in the right space. I can't do that 20-minute meditation twice a day. I can't do what do they call it? Transcendental meditation. I'm not there yet. I can do 5 minutes twice a day. I can get there. It's just I get so busy. But overall, I do try to take quiet time. I love my hikes in the morning. I do pray and I read some of my books in the morning, that they're spiritual books that really keep me grounded. But I got to work on it every day. I'm not perfect. I'm human. So, but I'm like these, it's like, and you see that when you look at these celebrities. I think the shift is changing now. Hollywood's gonna have to come up with a new way. This idea of curating and selling celebrity, you got everyday YouTubers and Instagrammers, or especially YouTubers and TikTokers that are just everyday people who are talented and they're just showcasing themselves. You don't have to be, you don't have to be driving in this luxury car. And like with the travel channels, it's like, I want to come up my travel channel. I want to combine crime with it because I don't want to be just showing pretty faces. I mean, not pretty faces, but pretty places or beautiful places, because you could see that tens of thousands of times on YouTube. I'm trying to come up with something different. So, but having the opportunity, I think is beautiful. That's why I love social media. But I'm grounded enough to know that social media, you have to be very careful what role it plays in your life. And, Harry and Meghan, that's their God. Yeah. Deluxe, thank you very much. Thank you for the super chat. Deluxe, love you. Thank you so much. Wow, Bill. Yeah, Bill Belichick. Come on now. I mean, can you imagine these two? But I guess when you get, because to me, 73, I'm in my 50s. So 73 is not old to me. It's just older. But 24-year-olds look at that like he's a relic. She's 24, y'all. She's the same age. She's a year older than my son. And she's betting a 73-year-old man. That girl's a 304. You could tell by her behavior. She's a streetwalker. Because she's so reckless. She and Meghan Markle got those same personality traits. Like I said, Meghan Markle got behind them castle walls, and she thought royalty means keeping your foot on the neck of the staff, making sure they know you are up here and they're down here. Flaunting yourself and being arrogant and rude. That is not class. That's ignorance and it's reckless. Deluxe said, okay, Bill. I'm like, I guess Bill like shit. I'm 73. Bill like, I got more years behind me than in front of me. I'm going to enjoy my, and he's harvesting her youth. He probably feels, but Bill, you are nowhere near. That girl going to kill you. That girl going to give you a heart attack. You can't keep up with her, Bill. And you know you can't. All right, guys. Let's see. Well, we got to get into Puff Daddy trial right quick. Puff Daddy right trial. Okay, good deal. I'm so glad I covered all my topics because we talked about the Saturday Night Live mocking Harry and Meghan. Jay-Z denied the loan. Bill Belichick girlfriend loses the beauty pageant. And now we get to Puff Daddy, this is going to be quick, but the content is just disgusting, guys. I'm not surprised, though, because that's highly weird. Deluxe says, yes, Ron, we have put in the spiritual work, especially in the atmosphere we're in now. Girl, yeah, because they're going to try to sell, and Hollywood is known for that. They will try to sell a certain agenda to you, and you got to be really careful about it because you're not going to convince. There are some things you're not going to convince me of. One thing I know, I can say this, a marriage, because, you know, my children's father, we married young, and he's the love of my life. I love him. Our marriage didn't work, but marriages, I think those who want to be married, whoever you are, I embrace that because I think marriage is an institution. But then I don't want to tell people you should get married. I don't want to do that. But I do value marriage. And I do think it's when people, I don't like people I don't like all this swinging and shit. Like when I see Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, or when J-Lo she married what? Mark Anthony. He had a baby's mother. So in that world, Hollywood, marriage is an institution. It don't mean nothing to them. And to me, that is a violation. Because marriage is sanctioned by God, as far as I'm concerned, and it's an institution. Now, who gets married and how, that is not my place. If two people stand before God and they say that I love you and I'm committed and we're married and they say I do, that is an institution. I don't agree with treating it like it's just a dirty rag. And you see that with this Hollywood stuff. So, you know, you have to do that spiritual work to make sure that, and I call it the devil, a demon, evil spirits. They try to convince you that that's okay. No, you're not going to convince me. Do you think I want my daughter to be like J-Lo, married 5 and 6 times, messing around with men who got kids? But I don't want my daughter for that. No. Do you think I want my daughter to be a Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith? You think I want her married to a Will Smith? I don't care how much money he got. Do you think I want my daughter to bump up against a Puff Daddy, a whole apex predator? And we're going to get into that now. A whole apex predator. Why? Because he got money? No, ladies, that is not okay. How do you come back from that? That Cassie girl, she ended up addicted to drugs. She's going to have to fight with that trauma for the rest of her life. And wait till you see the stuff that he did to her. But yes, Deluxe, that spiritual work is important because if you don't, you can get caught up. And I believe, like I think God is everywhere. I do believe the devil or demons. Yes, I believe they're in like a Puff Daddy type, and they run riot in Hollywood. You could tell because why do they have high drug use, suicide? They spin right on out. So you know the devil's working hard, but God is everywhere. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, Ron, I didn't know what a 3 or 4 was. I was about to Google the LOL thing. Yeah, I can't take credit. My sister calls it that. And I was like, I'm gonna use that because she was explaining. She said, yeah, there's a 3 or 4, and then those that got the playbook. And it's like, and then my sister gonna tease me. She's like, Ron, you can't tell everything I say. Oh, yes, I can, Rita. Because she have the most perfect phrases, and that 3 or 4, and it's perfect. Yes. Yes. So this girl is just another one. You're going to see him. So she's exploiting this old man too. And he gave her an $8 million apartment complex. Oh, she gonna rat it out until his family probably steps in and really questions his mental. But he's doing what he want to do. But have no doubt, we know that he's trying to harvest her youth. It's disgusting. And and that girl's 24 years old, messing around with that 73-year-old man. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Let's get on to Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy, this, you know what? This shocked me. Not so much. It's just shocked to really hear it. You know, it is shocked to really hear Puff Daddy. Hold on. Day one of the trial, it was just shocked to hear, and it's coming out. One of the SEX workers, he was on the stand today. Okay. He was on the stand and he had a lot to say. Yes, he did. He had, and what he said, let's put Puff Daddy up here. Let's put Puff Daddy. Where is he? They kill me with these images. They don't want to show you the images. Well, let's put up an old image, but there was a lot of information that came out, and it's just disgusting. It is so disturbing. And his kids were there, and his daughters had to walk out of the room a couple of times. His daughter had, because it got real nasty, y'all. It got really nasty. It got really nasty. So let me see. I'm trying to find an image of Puff Daddy, but here we go. This is yeah, and Cassie, he met her when she was what, 18? And when he was done with her, that girl, she walked away. Let's just say she's married and has got children now, but she's still dealing with that trauma. And they say Puff Daddy is all gray now. He's not the cool with cat that he he doesn't have the benefit of having I don't want to put that surveillance tape up again because it was so disturbing. The video, the attack, the tape where he was attacked. I don't want to pull that up anymore. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and put him up. The testimony was shocking today. And there's a lot we can learn. These girls, that's because these guys got money and they invite you in there, into their lives and into their circle. And no one defended her. No one protected her. So let's get into Puff Daddy right quick. Let's get into that right quick. Today was the first day of the trial, guys. And they had the SCX worker on there, and he said, "Oh my God!" And they had the security guard. It was actually a police officer that after that incident happened, Puff Daddy, you know that shocking video of Cassie being attacked. Well, Puff Daddy paid the security guy $100,000 to get that tape. Okay, and I thought it was strange too, because think about it. That was an assault. A domestic violence is still an assault that was caught on camera. What about the neighbors in the hotel, the other people in the hotel room, other members in the whole, those, visitors that are staying there, you didn't hear the screaming and stuff? And do you know there was no case filed, nothing. I always thought that triggers, after Nicole Brown Simpson, if there's a domestic violence or an assault that happens, it doesn't matter whether or not she actually wants to press charges, you're automatically charged. So he was caught on video doing that. His lawyers are trying to say that this was a consensual relationship that just got violent because both of them were jealous. They were cheaters and they were jealous. So and they're into kink. So we're supposed to believe, and I get his lawyers got to defend him. He's paying them good money, so they got to defend him. But are we supposed to fall for that now? So the SCX worker, let me just run down some of the stuff that he did. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. I don't want them to demonetize my video because of the content. But they said that this SCX worker said Puff Daddy did not want him to use condoms on that girl, Cassie. He would urinate on her. And then the security guard said one time he was beating Cassie up, and then Cassie came in the living room. Then they started having SEX, and he saw Puff Daddy in the corner pleasuring himself. A security guy said he saw Cassie one time with a black eye. And he said, well, do you want to go? Do you want to go? And it's like, well, I mean, she's got a black eye, dude. Shouldn't you just take her out of the room? So what else did they say? The children, when they started talking about, because his kids were there, even the twin girls, when they started talking about how Puff asked the SEX worker to, urinate on Cassie, the two girls left so they could talk about that. Then they came back. I'm like, I don't know why y'all leaving. Y'all know what your daddy is. They're not stupid. These are whole girls. Aren't they 18 now? They know how to Google. They know what he's being accused of. This man is an apex predator. He's been doing this shit for decades. And imagine what Jennifer Lopez. Now, Jennifer Lopez, she is a tough cookie because she stuck it out with him in all them white parties. Stuck it out with him until that whole Pow Pow case. And then she figured it would mess up her brand, so she left him. Otherwise, I wonder how long they would have been married, probably. J-Lo, so that's why I was like, J-Lo, I can't wait till she has to come and testify, because that my ears going to be perked up. And I strongly believe that's why Ben Affleck pulled the plug, because he saw something, what they're saying about these videos that he was collecting on celebrities. So, but anyways, the first day of the trial, very shocking stuff, but we're not surprised. His defense team is trying to spin it as if it's just this is a domestic issue and they just have a little kink. So to me, when he got with Cassie, my opinion, when he got with her at 18, he literally turned her out, literally. And he would make them use drugs so that they're more, he can manipulate them more because they're powerless. And you got to get an ass whooping when you're dealing with Puff Daddy. You got to get a beat down. He had, kicking and punching and everything. It was nothing to him. Then he had another woman that he was seeing along with Cassie, because, he has multiple women, but he paid for her apartment. She had a little girl, but she eventually had to start doing the freak off stuff as well. And then he started beating her ass. And then he told her he's not going to pay her rent, blah, blah, blah. And she's walking around with black eyes. So I'm like, okay, no one in Hollywood. And he continues to have these white parties. And I get celebrities that want to go to the white parties, but then the stuff that happened afterwards. But nobody in the industry, everybody was mute with Puff Daddy. And these celebrities are scared that they're on some video. So nobody in Hollywood decided to, kind of shine a light on it, speak up about it. Nobody, Everybody was mute. You know why? Because it goes on. It's happening. There are all different kinds of freak-offs happening in Hollywood. And we know Meghan Markle loves to be a part of that. They got their freak-off. And then we know Will and Jada with theirs. And Puff Daddy and his, that whole system of, and then he's tied to all these other celebrities. So they have all played in his freak off parties. It is, but those are dark forces that are moving. Remember, I told you, I strongly believe there is a God. I strongly believe in a higher power, and I rely on it every day of my life. But there's also an evil force as well that moves in this world, and only God is the one that can actually protect us from that force. I think it's our higher power, spirituality. That's what will protect us from these dark forces. But what's important is every day you got to kind of, because it's a good and a bad. Each day you're fighting against that. Okay, how is this decision good or is it bad? Is it going to lead me more of a dark road or not? So this is dark. And then you think about what this will reveal with Puff Daddy, though, is that it's going to show us just how dark and nasty Hollywood is. And that would explain why the old guards and those who you see, even you look at Scarlett Johansson we're talking about today, and her husband, she don't be trying to go to all of these events in Hollywood. She don't. She's an actress. She's been an actress since she was a little girl. That is her career. She does her job and she go to fuck home with her husband and her kids. That is it. All this extra stuff. Why would Why would anybody who's in a healthy space, and why would they want to even waste 5 minutes with Puff Daddy? I looked at Puff Daddy shit in 1997 when he was popular. I looked at him and knew, said, oh no, I could spot that he was like an apex predator. You could see it. And it was like, you don't want to be around somebody like that. And then they said he's putting in the drugs in the baby oil, because the SCX worker said everybody put on baby oil. He made them, and they said so. The SCX worker was like, they had, and I'm like, so that's where the drugs were at, probably in that baby oil, and to put it on, and then you are, you're not even in your right mind. So he was, allegedly drugging them. And then the SCX worker also said one more thing. The SCX worker said that he stopped because he was like, he is not going to have SCX with Cassie until he see her medical records. And he was like, no, he can't do it, because Puff Daddy demanded that he not use protection. It's just sick. So we know there are dark forces that are at play here too. And a Puff Daddy, and it's going to shut this court case, and the law is going to come down on him. I don't think he's getting out of this one. And I think that we are going to see a lot more. They're going to shine a light on just how dark this whole little system that he was a part of. We're going to see a lot of it. And these celebrities are going to come to bear. Their relationship with him is going to be a bright light shine on it. So I am looking forward to following this case. And I'm going to continue to report on it. You guys let me know if you like it, like to hear about it. So let's get into some of this comments, and then I'm ready to go. Yes. Yeah. Hold on one second. Okay. Hi, Sue. Okay. Have a good night. Thank you, Sue. Thanks for stopping by. Yep. And then Deluxe, here's one. Oh my God, J-Lo is not gone ever talk. I wonder if she's going to be a witness. Nothing has leaked about her. No, not yet. But she got a whole big machine promoting her too. So maybe she could pay enough money not to let that come out. But one thing we do know is she spent a couple of years with Puff Daddy during his peak years. So that she didn't participate in it. Didn't we see her on that white bed in all white with Aaliyah, Puff Daddy, Andre Harrell? It was one other girl and a guy. I mean, so what are we supposed to believe, J-Lo? So we're going to see. Darkness sits in high places. Oh, yes, it does, Deluxe. There is listen, let me tell you, it's like you got to really be careful, because when you plug into spirit and you realize that, having that connection with God, it helps you in the decisions you make in your life. You feel at peace. You don't feel overwhelmed. But each day, how God, they say in the Bible, and see, I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. I keep saying that. But there are beautiful things in the Bible. But there is one where, I forgot my train of thought. I'm so sorry, guys. So we were talking about plugging in. Oh, yeah. When you plug into the higher power, I know what I want to say. God wants you to surrender to him. Choose him each and every day. It's a new day. If you are blessed to wake up another day, when you get up, before you even start your day, just surrender to him and surrender to spirit. And throughout the day, when life gets to life, and you have to go take it to him and stay plugged in. But there is also a dark force that moves in this world too. And that's, some call it the devil or demons. That dark force, the only power that can protect you is spirit. That's God. You see, I think looking at Puff Daddy and that life, thank God, the law, the legal system, they're going to shine a light on that. And we're going to see really what happens. And it's a dark force. You could tell in that industry. One more thing, just like that young boy from Empire, the played the son. They said he ain't never been the same since. They said he went to Will Smith. They had a party. He had ran up out of there. Do you know that he's been arrested many times? He's been going through mental stuff. He's never been the same since. What happened in that house? What did he see in Hollywood? The rumor is that he had to do a lot of what did Cat Williams say? Is it possible that he was just exploiting? He could not handle what he had to do. Cat Williams said that they can't handle it. Terrence Howard said that. He's shining a light on it. So yes, it's some dark forces out there. Yes, Rhonda, I saw Diddy as dark. Yes, I did too. Very dark. He was a dark spirit. Very dark spirit. And you got to really be careful out there. You really do. You really, really do. Because you get caught up in it. And imagine, think about what Cat Williams and Terrence Howard are saying. Think of what they're saying. And Christian Keys is a Black actor that works in a lot of Tyler Perry movies. And he did that video saying, alleging, he never said the name, said there's this big time billionaire, producer, director. It's the same sort of story they're telling, that these actors, Black actors, they have to basically bend over to get work in Hollywood, But it's in Hollywood. The girls got to do it, but it's something with the men too. They be just like the girls, and it's like whatever that dark force is that's got power in that industry. They are turning these guys out. Those are dark forces. This is not even by choice. I mean, they don't give an option. Basically, if you don't do it, you won't get to work. We'll give it to somebody else. Cat Williams said that Harvey Weinstein told him to get on his knees. I'm like, what? So if Cat Williams, Terrence Howard, and this Christian Keys guy, if there's the same thing that you see, and then we look at celebrities who have made it, like, I'm not going to give any names, but we're not stupid. Just watch some of these celebrities. Why are certain celebrities getting more roles than others? And you know that there are more talented people out there. Why is that? What are they doing? So just saying. Trust him. Amen. Amen. Yep, that's very true, Deluxe. Trust in him. All right, guys, we're a good time. I got a chance to cover all of my topics tonight. I really enjoyed chatting with you guys. This evening chat I love it. I'm going to tell you, I really love it. And we got to talk about some spirituality a little bit. Yes, Brooklyn Love, Hollywood is evil. Yes, they are. And think about it. Think about Meghan Markle she want to take her husband, her kids, and she want to be planted right in the middle of that. You know why? Because she's a part of it. She's a part of it. She wants that. She wants to be part of it. It's nothing with the swinging and all that stuff. That's what I'm talking about, a marriage. Here's one more thing before I go. The reason why marriage is an institution. Meeghan, you married that man. He's the father of your children. He loved you. You stood before God and gave vows. Now you treat him like garbage. You discard him like he's worthless. What the hell are you doing? That's a whole marriage. That's your family. And why are you putting your kids out like that? What are you doing? Them dark forces. But I can tell you, God worked miracles. You plug in the spirit and just let the Holy Spirit guide the way. That's all. God is a forgiving God. You could turn it around. But in Hollywood, we get to see, and we get to follow it for the next 40 years if we're so blessed to be that. Because I'm going to follow this as long as it takes. Because I am curious as hell about Harry and Meghan. And this Puff Daddy, I don't think he's getting out of this one. All right, guys, this is really nice. Thank you for joining me tonight. I had a great time. I want to wish you a good night. And I will be back on tomorrow. I've got 2 late meetings tomorrow. So I will skip tomorrow, but I will be back on Wednesday. All right. So you guys have a good night. I will see you Wednesday. Thanks for joining me, and I will chat with you soon. Love you. Love you guys. Ciao. Mwah.